The VA will remodel your home for access, and almost no one claims the $6,800. At the desk with me is Professor Antonov, who studies how the VA actually pays to make a home livable. And one signature decides whether a dollar of it ever gets approved, and it's not the housing office. Keep that one warm.
Kai here. Let's be concrete about what the money buys. A ramp up to your door, a roll-in shower, doorways widen for a wheelchair, a kitchen sink you can reach from a chair.
This is Sarah. So where is the ceiling on it? If your disability is service-connected, the lifetime cap is $6,800.
And here's the part that stops people cold. You don't need a service-connected rating at all. Enroll in VA healthcare and a non-service connected condition still qualifies you for up to $2,000.
$2,000, no rating. Nobody believes it the first time they hear it.
And you don't even have to own the place. Renting? You still qualify as long as the property owner signs off on the work.
Now, two very different doors open here depending on one thing. Let me set them side by side because people blur these two tiers constantly. On the left, service connected, up to $6,800, lifetime. On the right, non-service connected but enrolled in care, up to $2,000, lifetime. Same program, two ceilings.
One line on that left side matters. The $6,800 also covers a non-service connected condition, but only if you already carry a service connected rating of 50% or more.
So 50% unlocks the bigger pot even for unrelated conditions. Picture that money bolted onto an actual house.
A ramp like this one runs a few $1,000s installed, and HISA can cover the entire thing.
Watch a build like that go in. A carpenter frames the ramp, an afternoon of work, and the front door stops being a wall. One resource before we go further. va.professorerica.com. Free VA guides and benefit tools, no sign up, no charge. K, you always cut straight to the money question. Go ahead.
Fine, but it's the obvious one. If it's only $2,000 for most people, is a HISA grant even worth the paperwork?
Worth it. For some, it's $2,000. For others, it's the difference between using their own bathroom or not. And it all hinges on one piece of paper we haven't shown you yet. Before we keep going, one small favor that actually moves the needle. If this is landing for you, tap like, then subscribe and turn on the bell so you do not miss the rest. 2 taps, completely free, and it pushes this in front of more people who need it. That piece of paper is a prescription, not from a hardware store, from your VA doctor.
A prescription for a ramp.
For a ramp, remember the one signature I said decides it all? That's this, the thing the whole grant turns on. And you can get that signature and still lose every dollar on the very next step. That mistake is coming up.
So the doctor writes what exactly?
The diagnosis, plus a line that the modification is medically necessary. No prescription, no grant. Call it the doctor's note rule. The build follows the note, never the reverse.
Then the form. VA Form 10-0103, and that's the whole application. It's
It's free to file. Good. So where on the form does this actually go?
this section where you describe the improvements you are requesting. The ramp or the shower gets named right here, and it has to match the doctor's note word for word.
So if the doctor writes that a roll-in shower is medically necessary, then the VA
weighs it against your cap. Right.
Right. Now watch this, Sarah, the same paperwork behaving in 2 completely different lives.
Case 1, service connected, owns his home, needs that shower. Note form, up to $6,800. Done.
Now flip it, she rents, and her condition is not service connected. Does any of it still hold?
The gate does not budge. Same note, same form, like matching a first edition to its catalog card. One wrong detail and it's rejected. What changes is only the ceiling. 2,000, not 6,800. And honestly, 2,000 still.
2,000. Say that one again, slowly.
$2,000 lifetime for the non-service connected tier.
That's the rule you reuse. The paperwork's identical for everyone. Only the cap and the ownership move.
Good news on what it actually covers. Ramps, roll-in showers, widened doors, and a kitchen you can reach sitting.
Wait, kitchens too?
Kitchens too. Reachable sinks and counters count, as long as a clinician ties it to your condition.
A roll-in shower like this is the single most common HISA project. No lip, no step to trip over.
Now the wall on the other side. No decks, no hot tubs, no security systems, because a walk-in tub feels therapeutic, so people assume it's
therapy. A tub is medical.
fair, Sarah, but the rule names spa and hot tub units as excluded, flat out. A roll-in shower, yes. A jacuzzi, never.
Fine. No jacuzzi. Here is the question I keep circling back to. Do I just hire the contractor and then send HISA the bill afterward?
Careful, because that's the backwards version, and it's the exact mistake that sinks people. You don't spend the money and then send the VA a receipt hoping they cover it. The prescription and Form 10-0103 go in first. The VA reviews it, approves an amount, and only then does the work start. Do it in the wrong order. Start the build before you're approved, and you can end up eating the entire bill yourself.
$6,800. $6,800 gone over the order of operations.
It's one pot, not a per month check. $6,800. Spend $2,000 on a shower now, $4,800 waiting for later.
The best part though, this money stacks. Forget the caps for a second. HISA sits right on top of the big housing grants, separate money entirely. Professor Antonov, back to the money. If a veteran already holds one of the big housing grants, does a HISA grant stack on top, or is it either or?
It stacks. HISA is separate money. You can hold a specially adapted housing grant and still use HISA for something it never covered. They don't cancel each other out.
Let me put HISA next to the big two, because this is exactly where people pick the wrong grant. The honest pitch for HISA is simple. It's the small one, but it's the fastest to actually get approved. On the left, HISA, up to $6,800 fast for one targeted fix, and you qualify service connected or not. On the right, the heavy grants, special housing adaptation at $25,350, and specially adapted housing at $126,526 for severe service-connected cases adapting a whole home.
This next bit is the one people rewind. HISA stacks. It's a separate pot from those two.
That's the real decision. If you need one change, a ramp, a bathroom, HISA is faster with far less red tape. If your home needs a top-to-bottom adaptation, that's specially adapted housing, and it's a much longer road. The mistake I see most is a renter who needs one small fix chasing the big grant for a year, when HISA could have approved it in weeks.
The best fit for HISA is one targeted change. It still runs on Rivers' doctor's note rule. The one resource worth remembering. No note, no grant, whichever one you pick.
The wrong move is using HISA for a full rebuild. That's SAH's job. You'd blow the whole cap in a hallway.
Take a composite case from the sourced files, grain of salt on the details. A veteran, call him Mr. Okafor, rents a small place, non-service connected knee, can't get over his own tub wall. He assumed, the way everybody assumes, that renters get nothing. Wrong. He was enrolled in VA care, so the $2,000 tier was his the whole time.
Wait, River, enrolled in care alone did it? No rating?
No rating, just enrolled. A roll-in shower, prescribed and approved, and it came in around $1,800.
The rule under it is rock solid. Enrollment in VA healthcare plus a clinician's prescription is the whole key to the $2,000 tier. The story is one man. The rule is every renter like him.
You keep saying medically necessary. Read me the actual line. What does the VA count as medically necessary?
Plain version. Plain version. Straight from the rule, a VA provider has to certify the changes needed to treat or manage your condition. Not comfort, not resale value, needed.
Okay, that changes how I'd rank this. 2,000 feels small, but a shower install runs 3,000 out of pocket. So high say basically erases the whole bill. That's not small.
So, back to the core of it. Here's the whole thing in one breath. First, talk to your VA provider and ask whether your mobility problem qualifies for a home modification. Second, if they agree, they write the prescription, the diagnosis, and the medical justification. Third, you attach it to Form 10-0103 and submit. Fourth, and this is the step people skip, you wait for the VA to approve the amount before a single hammer swings. Approved first, built second. That order is the whole game. Professor Antonov, thank you. The sharpest thing you gave us today is that this money stacks, and that renters were never shut out.
Glad to. Tell a veteran who is stuck.
If this opened a door you didn't know existed, hit like and subscribe. It helps us build out the whole VA benefit series for you. One last question before you go. What's the one change to your home that would give you back the most independence? Thanks for spending your time with us today, and take good care of that home. We'll see you in the next one.